We have a night befitting of the most important thing in the history of stuff. That, of course, would be the 23rd installment of LIP AFC, the rivalry that is Indy 11 versus Lou City. Thanks for joining us here on the CBS Sports Galazo Network and on my Indy TV 23. Alongside Brad Hodder, my name is Greg Rakestraw. I think for us, this is the 16th time that we have gotten together to broadcast this Indy-Louisville rivalry. And let's face it, Lou City is the North Star. They are the team that you kind of set your watch to. We'll get to them coming up in a matter of moments. But for the Indy 11, they've got momentum coming into this one after scoring 4 times against Miami a week ago.
Yeah, it was a great performance. You know, Miami did all that they could do to congest things in the back. And in the second half, things broke wide open with Jack Blake scoring that PK.
And then Augie Williams goes for a hat trick in his 219th league appearance. It's the first time he scored 3, and Brad, he did it in 13 minutes.
He did it in 13 minutes. He could have had 4. There was a great save off a header inside the 6.
And Augie Williams went from 9th to tied for 6th in the history of the USL Championship in terms of career goals scored. Now, ironically, Lou City also played Miami last. That was on Wednesday night, and Lou City's been doing what they've been doing all year, and that's putting it in on everybody. They score 3. They pick up a league record 14th home win of the season.
Yeah, Sean Toe's so good in the air. I don't know how you leave him. You trail him inside the 6, and then giving Goodrum a touch in the 6 is going to be dangerous.
The match before that, Lou City has gotten to the point where they've been spotting teams 2-goal leads and coming back to win. Of course, Indy did that a handful of years ago against Memphis as well. 4-2. Lou City has in their sights the record for most points in a season and the record for most goals in a season, and this is with 4 matches left to play.
Right, and you look at that comeback being down 2 goals. This team scores most in the last 15 minutes of each half.
For all the things that they have accomplished as a franchise, like finishing no worse than the Eastern Conference final every year of their existence, They have never won the Players' Shield. That's most points in the regular season. Brad, because of the earlier result between Charleston and Detroit City, they can do that with a win tonight. Wilson Harris, we'll see him off the bench. Jack Blake, he gets the starting nod. Full lineups when we come back.
AES Indiana is dedicated to providing you with smart energy solutions that power our lives. Our energy efficiency programs help you save energy and money. From rebates on lighting and smart thermostats to appliance pickup and recycling, you can take advantage of cleaner, more cost-effective energy solutions right here, right now. IPL is now AES Indiana. We are accelerating the future of energy together.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Find it, try it, paint it, love it. 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 Find it.
Cool. Some of the sights and sounds from this first rivalry meeting back in April. The first league game played on CBS Sports. Starting lineups are brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. 3 changes. Douglas Martinez in for Mario Williams. Musa and Neidlinger in for Adrian Despae and Hayden White. Lou City with some changes from Wednesday night. Notably, Philip Goodrum will be in for Wilson Harris. He will be in the 18. 5 at the back, including last year's league defender of the season, Arturo Ordonez, who is in the 18 but did not feature for Danny Cruz's squad on Saturday night. Again, the sun is already setting in the west. It has turned into a perfect night for soccer. These two teams first played in late May of 2015 in this building in a U.S. Open Cup. They meet tonight, and Lou City, with a win, can lock up the Players' Shield with the best record in the league with 3 matches left to play. Thank you so much for joining us on My Indy TV 23 and the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Musa, who has not played in 5 weeks. Again, he is a veteran. This is his 199th appearance in USL Championship play. What do you expect from James tonight?
A hungry player. You know, he's came in, got to play, got an injury, and has been sitting and watching and wants to compete. You know, 199 games, you're not in this because you don't love to compete. So him getting a chance to be out there right now is a good thing for him.
The Kiwi getting his 7th match of the season, 3 with the Switchbacks, Colorado Springs, his 4th with the Indy 11. Here is the ageless Sean Tosh, the all-time leading scorer for a defender in league history. He scored on Wednesday night his 26th career goal. 10 years in the league, 2 with the Rochester Raging Rhinos, and now 8 with Lou City.
He just keeps getting better. You know, at this age in his career, he's got 6 goals.
Tosh heads it back, but he heads it right to Douglas Martinez.
Great read from Dougie Martinez.
And Lou City scored 5. Indy scored 3 when these teams played. Remarkably, a day removed from 6 months ago. Quinn, the former Lou City player, back in the early days before Indy and Lou City saw each other on a regular basis. Let's get to our injury report, which is brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. It is lengthy. We saw Hayden White get injured last week. Now, Adrian Despae is out. He's not injured. He is on a red card suspension. Callum Chapman Page, Maka King, Diego Sanchez, amongst those that are unhealthy tonight. Same can go for Sebastian Guenzati. None of those players are in the 18 this evening.
Right, it's that point in the season. You know, been going at it for 8, 9, 10 months. You got 30 games in you. It adds up.
And simply put, this is the start of the toughest 8 days of the year, because after you play the best team in the league, you have to go to Loudoun, who's got their best team in their 6-year history. And you got to go to Detroit City, who a man down pulled a point in stoppage time. Laurent Kisiadou with the game-tying goal. The points were shared at Patriots Point 2-2 this afternoon.
Yeah, everything from here on out is against a playoff opponent, potential playoff opponent in the Eastern Division. And so not only do you get short rest on a couple of these, but every game means so much.
Yeah, we're to the point in time of the season now where the Indy 11 schedule can be rattled off without taking a breath. So out Loudoun Tuesday, at Detroit City on Saturday, back home for Birmingham Legion, and then at the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the season finale, October the 26th. And to Brad's point, not only are all of those teams in the top 8, 3 of those opponents are above the Indy 11 right now in playoff seeding.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, we spoke about it a little bit, you know, when you look at where the playoffs are right now, we'd be drawing Tampa Bay. We play them in the last match of the season, then we'd play them in the first round of the playoffs.
Indy has Lou City pinned in early. Sam Gleedle could not get to that one. And McFadden, even though Lou City had the ball at their feet, it's going to be an early card for Aiden Quinn, and I think it's because of the not ferocity of the foul, but the denial of the opportunity. So an early yellow is shown to Aiden Quinn. And while Lou City gets ready to restart, let's get to our keys to the match. They're presented by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Coach, the floor is yours.
Yeah, for Indy, you know, push play wide. And I'd say this really against any opponent, because when you push a player up against the touchline, you take about 40% of their opportunities away, and then maximize opportunities. You're going to get chances tonight. You got to be able to convert them. For Lou City, they have to stay bought in. You take a look at this. You bring in a player of Philip Goodrum's caliber. This is a guy that could start anywhere. They buy into the entire prospect of the season, not individual honors. That's why Wilson Harris can come off the bench one day. Philip Goodrum can come off the bench. Dylan Maris can be on the bench. You have to be bought in to make those kind of sacrifices. But the one thing that they have to do is they've got to tighten up defensively. They've given up 38 goals this year, and they've given up 10 in their last 7 matches. Not a good sign heading into the playoffs.
This is Sean McCulley, first-year head coach of the Indy 11. And Indy had that most difficult of 2 steps in early April. Lost to Lou City 5-3, lost to Charleston here 4-2, and then after that, Indy got hot. Did not lose again until June 22nd. They've been trying to regain that form ever since. They have picked up 2 wins in the last 3 weeks, but to be fair, it's against the teams that would be 23rd and 24th out of 24th in terms of the points in the league in El Paso and Miami.
Well, you like the way that this match has started if you're an Indy 11 fan. You got that first wave of pressure that's really contesting the touches on the ball, and then after the ball is played, you got the second wave filling in that's picking up that loose opportunity.
Here's Tosh, former Northern Illinois Husky. Neidlinger in it right back. I asked you about James Musa filling in for Adrian Dees-Pay as Foster allows that to trickle across the touchline for an 11th throw. Here is Logan Neidlinger, 19 years of age. He is the youngest player in club history to have both a goal and an assist. He is still technically an academy player, and he is playing in a game that feels like a playoff match. What's going through his mind?
I don't think there's any fear in the kid. You know, they talk about him in practice as how hard he works.
Douglas Martinez put a little nervy moment into Sean Tosh. I'm sorry to interrupt you, my friend, but that was interruption worthy because that was a mistake from one of the great players in the league that nearly allowed Martinez to walk in on goal.
That's been a couple of soft balls across the back line and in the back third that Indy's been able to pounce on. But Neidlinger's been playing great, and the fact that he had a good run in the middle of the season, was able to get a lot of minutes and be impactful in big games, takes all the nerves out of moments like this.
Neidlinger was a key piece from, say, mid-July till about the end of August. He has seen his minutes shrink lately. He got an assist on the second Augie Williams goal last week against Miami. Again, with the Hayden White injury, Hayden's been manning the right back spot since literally the match against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds on August the 31st. Rem Sumaro. He and Neidlinger not on the same page. Sumaro, one of the many new faces that Indy has since Lou City fans saw them back in April. Obviously, the big change for Louisville is Philip Goodrum. The big change for Indy is like half the guys playing tonight. Indy has almost, I don't want to say flipped their roster, but they've had a couple of key different windows of player movement. Davila.
Good ball.
Give and go here inside of the 18. Left-footed shot. Kick save by Hunter Salt. That was off the foot of Ray Serrano. And again, it's that type of build that I'm not sure anybody else in the league does as well as Louisville.
No, it's terrific. Just nice, short, quick combinations. And Serrano, in tight spaces, is able to pull the trigger.
Serrano has really elevated his game this year. He and Winder both have taken that necessary next step for Lou City.
What is it? Serrano's 22 years old, been playing pro for 7 years.
Stanley looking back post. That is a factual statement, my friend. Most of the possession has been in this part of the park for Indy. Neidlinger trying to find Jack Blake. Here's Malik Foster again. Lou City would have last seen him with the switchbacks. Martinez's cross left a little bit to be desired. The Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investments. A good crowd still filing in here. Again, tonight's weather, the exact opposite of what we dealt with 7 days ago. Obviously, our hearts go out to those on the Gulf Coast, those in western North Carolina, far western Virginia, upstate South Carolina. The tragedies they have been dealing with because of Hurricane Helene. Blake, Tosh, not enough in it. Sean McCauley not happy about that. Alyssa Nichols is our referee tonight. Chris Schufran's Justin Mack, the assistant referees, and Braden Fry is our fourth official.
Great switch.
Ball in, and this one off the crossbar. My goodness.
Was that the crossbar? Or was that headed back?
Over the 6'7" frame of Hunter Sultan. You may be right on that. Hunter looked like he was stuck in a spider web watching that one.
Oh, Mr. Rakestraw.
And I neglected to mention it was Marvel Superhero Night until just now.
You're going to make marvelous puns all night?
None better than that one. We can have this dad joke competition for 81 more minutes if you'd like. Here's Aiden McFadden. We know him from his days at Atlanta United, too. Began the season on loan from Atlanta United. The move was made permanent. He is now on a Lou City contract as the former Notre Dame Fighting Irish star.
Yeah, he was a handful with Atlanta United. Every time these two teams matched up, he changed the game.
If memory serves me right, he scored a goal that was the official kind of playoff stopper for the Indy 11 a handful of years ago. Ball chipped in here, Aiden Stanley. Good touch here. Knocked away. That's Winder that took the shot. Musa heads it back. Quinn will simply sky it. Now Ofemu, or tomorrow, excuse me. Left-footed shot that Salt could not take a chance on. Has to dive and knock it away. Again, it was Odell that was in goal when these two teams faced off in early April. Both starting keepers on loan from MLS sides. Loss of Lou City. This one knocked in, and that's a goal. They've been doing it all year long. In minute number 12, Amadou Dia gets that one for Lou City, and the visitors are 1 goal to the good. They move the ball at a different level than anybody else in the league, Brad.
The combination play in the attacking third, switching sides, you know, with big driven long balls over to change the way that the defenders have to shift. And then the short, quick combinations in the box. You know, do you press them outside and deny these opportunities? Do you stay inside and stay compact? They're going to hurt you no matter which way you go.
The flicked header. Ball was sent in. What a tremendous touch. Diop gets his first goal of the season. This is his 25th match. Just his 12th start.
What a great run, and way to stay with the run as well. You know, you look at that ball coming in centrally, and you're thinking, okay, someone's going to put maybe a ball on frame. So sometimes you're not ready for that ball, and then it skips back post, so it changes direction. They have the presence of mind to be up on your toes and be able to convert.
Foul is whistled against Goodrum as he and Stanley collided. And we'll hit the reset button again here. Referee was not in a ready position for that restart by Indy. Tonight's match brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered. Musso waiting the thumbs up to restart. And the result is the same.
Tulsa's not having a bad year, but you got to think Philip Goodrum, you know, won the lottery at this point of the season coming into this scenario.
Lottery is the right word. It was a league record transfer fee from one team to another that FC Tulsa took to ship Mr. Goodrum to Lou City.
And credit to him as well. You know, you come in and there's got to be conversations as far as how are you going to utilize him and what role is he going to play with Wilson Harris. And for him to say, look, I want to be a part of what you've got going on there, I will take reduced minutes.
Well, for anybody that has spent any length of time, as I don't think Indy was overly happy about Goodrum drawing that foul, but he's been around the league for a number of years, and when the opportunity presents itself to go from a team battling for a playoff spot like FC Tulsa is to going to a team that assumes they're playing for the championship every year, most guys jump at that opportunity.
Yeah, it's so difficult to earn a ring, and for him to have this chance now, well, you know, it's one of those legacy things for your career.
Bending ball in, never made its way to Salt. Gleedle heads it back in. Now the break is on for the Indy 11, but Samaro, second time that he has somewhat stumbled. That ball off of Jack Blake will be a throw-in for Lou City.
Yeah, the counter press from Lou City is incredible. As soon as they are dispossessed of the ball, they're right on top. Before Indy can get supporting runs and get shape, Lou City is just compacting everything around the ball.
We are 15 minutes into the match, and we can share this stat with you. This is the 31st match of the season for Lou City. And you can tell by the one next to their name, they won't suffer a clean sheet tonight. They've been blanked twice all year.
Unreal. And the other part about not just the numbers of it, I mean, there's fluke goals, crazy stuff that happens all the time, but you're taking everybody's best game.
Yep.
When you come in or when they come into your park, everybody is jazzed up to play you.
Big ball here, and it's Salt a little bit late to get to it. It will be a corner kick. It'll be brought to us by Wilson, Kehoe, Winningham. Well, first 7 or 8 minutes, possession was on the front foot for the Indy 11. Lou City has quickly reversed that here.
And a lot of it was winning the ball, playing the ball over the top of Lou City, going to press it, looking to win that second ball.
Serrano sends it in. Salt, I'm not sure he ever got to it. And this one headed somewhere for the softball field above the Brickyard Battalion. Indiana winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthebold.com. Full house in the Brickyard Battalion, as you'd expect for a night like this one. There's a quality Lou Cooper's group that made the trip up I-65 as well. Such is the nature of what we think is the best rivalry in the league. And I know our friend Mike Watts is doing the Louisville television call tonight. He and I had this conversation for Soccer Saturday this week. He said, all right, we think it's the best one because we live it. But what are the other ones that might be like it? He immediately came up with, you know, really it's probably Phoenix and New Mexico that would be the closest thing to it. But the ease with which supporters from these two teams can go watch each other obviously stands out again. Here comes Lou City. Neidlinger couldn't get there in time. On the cross, player goes down, not enough. Adams hustling back. Adams was not in the 18 on Wednesday, so he should have fresh legs. For the player in his second year with Lou City after being a mid-season transfer from San Diego Loyal last year. Coming for the Indy 11. Tonight's match airing on the CBS Sports Galazo Network. In addition to My Indy TV here locally throughout Central Indiana. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride and get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Opportunity here. Flying down the flank is Malik Foster. Has two options to his left. Foster goes for goal. No touch there.
That's tough. That's such a tough angle to score from. You got two runners off your left shoulder. Blake and Augie Williams both spaced correctly. One running near post, one running down the center. That ball probably needed to be driven across the box.
Foster made his debut with the Indy 11 against Las Vegas back on August the 24th. Scored his first Indy 11 goal 3 weeks ago in the 3-1 victory against El Paso Locomotive, the native of Jamaica. His countryman Romario Williams has been selected for the Reggae Boys for their upcoming international weekend. We'll see Romario likely in a substitute's role in the second half tonight. And we'll go back to the foul on Afemu. Goodrum. Usually the center of physical contact in any match that he is in. And the chippiness has started already. That indicates the level of rivalry we're talking about in this match right there.
Yeah, especially because Malik Foster is 1 month into his Indy 11 stint. He already feels the rivalry.
And again, for these guys, you said it very well a few minutes ago.
What?
I know you're stunned by this. I compliment mid-broadcast. But for any player, as he's shown yellow, for any player that's been in this league for 4, 5, 6 years, again, you know,
right,
this is the best operation in the league that you are playing. And the streak that they are on of having made the conference final in each of their previous 9 years is just jaw-dropping. Davila, one of the new faces, will leave this one for Serrano. Afemu clears this one from Tosh. Win. Augie Williams couldn't track it down, but some space to breathe for Logan Neidlinger.
Well, you talk about, you know, them being a class of the league, and you look over these last couple years. I mean, they're having an unbelievable season right now, but you take a look at the losses over the last few years. Corbin Bone, you know, Ownby hasn't been much this year. Morton in goal, Cameron Lancaster. You know, all of these great players that have moved on, and they haven't missed a beat. We saw from that last ball into Malik Foster and him able to break past and separate from the edge defender. That's going to be an effective opportunity for them in transition.
Williams couldn't get to that. Again, a little bit of contact, but a draw whistle inside of the 18. Great hustle by Gleedle. Though Blake is there to assist Aiden Stanley. Samaro's touches have been just a bit off tonight for the Indy 11.
Third giveaway in 20 minutes.
This is Brem's fifth match in an Indy 11 uniform. He joined the team before the 0-0 draw in Hartford on September the 7th. And again, one mistake, Lou City can pounce quickly.
So that McFadden picks up the ball. Philip Goodrum is making a sprint in between two of the defenders on the back line, looking for that ball over the top.
Bending ball, Musa got there first. Foster trying to carve out some space, and foul is whistled against Lou City. That gives us the chance to welcome Ben Bridges, who is the EVP for North America for our friends at Dormicaba I think I have this down pat after saying it twice per match this season. Dormakaba for every place that matters. Thankfully, I can see it behind the goal on the sign as well. Ben, thanks for coming on board as a sponsor of the Indy 11 this year.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Why is this such a good partnership with folks at Dormakaba being a part of Indy 11 soccer?
Well, so for us, it's all about giving back into the community, being good corporate citizens, and really doing good work in all of the areas in which we do business.
I think a lot of folks have heard of Dormakaba, especially if you live on the northeast side like me. I drive by the 75th and Binford location virtually every day, but what exactly is Dormakaba?
Yeah, so I think if you're in this Indianapolis area, you probably drive by that mile-long building and wonder what goes on in there. So Dormakaba actually has our North American headquarters in that building, but we're much more than just that. So inside those four walls, we have hundreds of hardworking men and women building the finest door hardware products in the industry. And Dormakaba, we pride ourselves on being a global leader in access control solutions. So what that means is we produce anything from mechanical keys, locks, cores, exit devices, all the way up to really sophisticated product and entrance systems, things that you see all over the place in schools and offices and sports venues just like this. For example, we produce and design and develop ticket scanning software that improves efficiencies in the operations of the stadium, but also enhances the guest experience as well. So, you know, we have a saying, if the place is important to you, it's important to us. Or if it matters to you, it matters to us.
Love that. And you talk about some of the different ways that Dormakaba is utilized in businesses. When you go on the website, you take a look at some of the iconic airports and buildings that you guys are in. It is impressive.
Yeah, we're really proud of our incredibly wide portfolio of products. And you mentioned the airports, so another really great thing that we're doing is self-boarding gates to make airports super efficient, or exit lane breach control, another product that we do to try and keep airports safer and more secure, but also seamless, you know, for the travelers.
This corner kick presented by Wilson Kehoe Winningham. Stanley got there first. Davila with the left foot. Foster couldn't clear it, but again, a foul is going to be called against Lou City. So, Ben, as the presenting sponsor of tonight's match, what do you want our viewers and listeners to know about your great company?
Yeah, we are so happy to be here tonight. It's an awesome event, great evening, beautiful weather. We have about 300 people from the local Dormakaba offices here with us, so it's just great to see a lot of people out here representing Dormakaba, having a great time. We set up a really cool activation booth over there with a lot of Dormakaba Indy 11 co-branded material. It's really cool to see a lot of the younger fans out here with capes on with Indy 11 and Dormakaba.
Now, do you have any sort of challenge for your engineers knowing that Spider-Man is in the building, trying to thwart him from a lock standpoint tonight?
No, but I would say more people showed up to see him than me. So
You look, you talk about people and partnerships and planet. You guys are very invested in sustainability efforts. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So sustainability is so important to us. It's vital to everything that we're doing in terms of innovation. You know, some of our newest product that we have coming out, it's really in the entrance system space. So that, for example, you know, if you're walking into an automatic sliding door, that door only opens as much as it needs to let, you know, as many people through it as possible. So really to hold all of that energy inside the building. Brilliant. So there's a lot less energy waste in that building. All
right, so website, social, et cetera. For more information about Dormakaba, where should our fans go?
Yeah, go to dormakaba.us for employment opportunities, product information. You can get it all there. And one other thing, you know, we're more than just product, like you said. We really like giving back and being good corporate citizens in the community. So we have about 100 people also here joining us tonight from some of our nonprofit charitable foundations as well that we partner with here locally in Indianapolis. So we've got some people from Habitat for Humanity of Greater Indianapolis, people from Indianapolis Public Schools. And then we've also welcomed some of our Gold Star families that joined us last May at the Indy 500 Fest.
Outstanding. Ben, thank you so much for the time and the partnership with the Indy 11.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
For every place that matters on every Indy 11 jersey this year, it's our friends at Dormakaba, Ben Bridges, joining us here. Thank you so much. 27th minute. Again, Indy still trailing the match 1-0. Alongside Brad Hunter, Greg Rakestraw with you. We're on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and on My Indy TV 23.
Now, there was that stretch that Lou City just looked like this unbelievable force. But, you know, the opening 10 minutes or so, Indy was taking it to him. And this last little bit, Indy's found a bit of footing.
Throw in coming here for Indy. Blake wanted a quick restart. Augie Williams had other ideas. Augie now up to 8 goals in USL Championship play after his explosion a week ago. Blake again, went looking for contact. Did not get enough to draw a foul. And a throw in coming. Good pressure there by Blake to draw the defection. Possession maintained by the hard work of Aiden Stanley. Bit of a nervy ball here, and now a chance for a reset for the Indy 11 and Ben Afemu. McGowan Insurance Group and Auto Owens Insurance have teamed up to make tailored insurance policies for your family. And Blake this time draws the foul.
Great opportunity.
He's been looking for that whistle for some time. Blake was a goal scorer against Lou City back on April 6th. He's still got the team high in terms of 9 with his first goal last week. And we have a player down behind the play. Hold on just a minute. All of a sudden there's an Indy 11 player down behind the wall, and our referee is going to go take a look to make sure that that player is all right. I think that's Malik Foster. A yellow card was just shown to, I believe, Aiden McFadden of Lou City. Blake sitting on 9 goals, Augie Williams 8 to pace the Indy 11 this season. If you include open cup tallies, both players into double digits for the year. Quinn, bending ball, looking back post. Lou City got to head to it first. Afemu. Clearance not a great one. Blake's touch the same. Now Lou City can charge forward, but Gleedle couldn't keep it in the field of play.
Yeah, good back pressure from Foster.
Stanley will reset. That, I think that was shown to the head coach. I think that was directed to Danny Cruz. I don't think that was at Aiden Stanley for how he's ready to throw it in.
But Aiden Stanley's going to have to duck on that. Otherwise, you're going to think it's him.
Williams got a boot to it, but that's all. Goal kick coming for Lou City. Rattled off what's left in terms of the upcoming Indy 11 schedule. City, they play 3 more times. They got their final midweek match cleared earlier this week. And the 3 that they play are a usual heavy hitters of the league, but a couple of them are having down years. While Indy is very Eastern centric the rest of the way. Lou City plays host to Tampa Bay next week. Then they go to San Antonio and host Phoenix. And San Antonio and Phoenix, by their standards, are having down years. But again, if this score holds, Louisville has clinched everything they can with 3 weeks left to play.
They look, they had the midweek game, and nothing that helps you navigate short rest than an early goal.
Hunter Salt with the reset here. He will blast this one to the Indianapolis evening sky. He looks at the Select Soccer Ball, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Stanley. So 7 assists for Aiden Stanley. 2 in U.S. Open Cup action as well. That combination of 9 is a club record. Williams fouled by Tosh. And again, given the level of chippiness we've seen already, it's going to have to be a whistle-happy game just to try to settle things down in both directions.
Yeah, he got away with one earlier in the match, and you know, when that happens and it's not called, you feel like, okay, I know where the line is. Otherwise, I think a veteran defender like Sean Tosh isn't going to give a restart in this position.
Quinn is hanging around the 18 and frankly is unmarked right now. Amadou Diaz saying, hey, somebody needs to get to Quinn. Blake bypasses him, goes straight to the back post. Nothing doing there. Foster trying to find a window. Now a Femu. Finds Neidlinger. Foster.
Oh.
Well, Williams didn't get, I'm sure, anything on it. Martinez got a little on it. Damian Loss makes a relatively easy play.
It's almost exactly how Lou City scored. You got that second runner that isn't sure if the middle player is going to be able to get a touch on that ball or make a play for it. You got to be on your toes in the back post. You got to find a way to get a body part to it to deflect it past the keeper.
Tonight's match brought to us by Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Again, here comes Lou City inside of the 18. At the edge of it, shot does not get through. That's from Goodrum. Quinn with the block. And we're going to go back, a foul against Lou City. And Indy was being given an advantage. As soon as that advantage went away, Indy will restart at the edge of their own 18. Our highlight reel at halftime, Brad, may just be fouls, as Winder was the player that went to the turf. And as the play continued, another player went to the surface. Salt serves this one up. One by Femu. Femu was not part of the last match between these two teams, as Stanley has his cross sent back to him. A second effort. Loss ends up plowing into his own player. But it's going to be deemed that Williams nudged him in that direction. He will quickly get a player out, or a medical professional out to check the injured player for Lou City, which is not Loss, but is the defender in front of him. Williams is saying, I didn't have anything to do with that.
No, it was really well defended by Davila out wide. Stanley was still able to get a cross out. Loss made a great early step to go attack the ball.
That was Arturo Ordonez, who again signed from Pittsburgh in the offseason, was last year's USL Championship Defender of the Year. Ordonez now up, and Loss is now in a more prone position. Loss has been the goalkeeper in all but 2 of the matches this year. I don't think Williams had a thing to do with that, frankly. That's just 2 players coming together in the exact same spot. I think Ordonez is being told he has to exit and come back on. Again, the keeper is given a bit of a different latitude in a situation like that. Both players appear to be all right. Loss is on loan from Austin. Major League Soccer, and much like Hunter Salt, his opposite number tonight, just 22 years of age. Well, while this match is about to restart, let's tell you about Soccer Saturday this week on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. We cut up with head coach Sean McCollum, the voice of the USL Championship, in Mike Watts. And we heard player post-game interviews from last week from goal scorers Jack Blake and Augie Williams. Go listen to it on your schedule at anchor.fm/Indy-11. Tonight's match is also brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Ordonez quickly waved back on for Lou City. And the fourth official has been getting an earful from both head coaches tonight.
Absolutely. Just keeps bouncing between them.
McFadden and Stanley collide. Williams and Tosh. And Tosh kicks that into the Indy 11 bench, and you see the immediate reaction. And a card is now shown to someone on the Indy 11 bench. Not sure who.
Well, they just keep missing Aiden Stanley. Those yellow cards keep flying right around him, just over his shoulder. I'm shocked Toast didn't get one.
Foster.
Run by Neidlinger.
Neidlinger looking back post. Headed away by Tosh from Williams. Quinn and Blake with the combination work. Possession here has not been a problem for the Indy 11. Putting Loss in a difficult spot has been to this point. As Adams will square it back up to Afemu. Afemu's touch from Musa goes a bit haywire. But then Gleedle's ball was not his best.
Yeah, too soon, too soon. He just needed one more step and he could drive that ball into Goodrum space.
Stanley draws two defenders. Allows Gleedle to fly by to give himself some more space. Stanley, can he get there in time? He can, but Loss is able to gobble it up. You know what might calm this situation down, Brad? Some mom water. It's refreshing fruit-infused vodka water with zero carbonation, zero sugar, zero carbs, and only 90 calories. Mom Water is the perfect game day drink. It's founded in Indiana and now a proud sponsor of the Indy 11. Please drink and enjoy responsibly. Switch to the attack to find McFadden.
It's a great ball.
As Stanley on an island. Cross doesn't get through. Well, again, it's almost been a tale of two different seasons for Aiden Stanley. The first 3 months, he was the offense generator. He's seemingly been primarily a defender for the last 4 months. He's been great at both roles for the Indy 11.
That was so well defended.
McFadden, back post. Didn't get a forward touch on it. Good loose city. Throw-in coming for the Indy 11. Final 5 minutes of this half are brought to us by Sherwin-Williams, official paint sponsor of the Indy 11. Sherwin-Williams is the partner for the pro, and as we learned last week, 44 locations across central Indiana. McFadden couldn't lift it past James Musa. Again, Musa in because Adrian Deespay last week picked up the first Indy 11 red card of the season. That's remarkable. That happens in match number 29. Adrian Deespay will return on Tuesday in the match against Loudoun United. For the importance of this match, you can think about it for about 3 minutes afterwards. You just got to get ready for Loudoun immediately if you're Indy. Bending ball in, Martinez gets in the way. Here's Winder. Winder, one of those young veterans for Lou City. Afemu clears it. You were making this point earlier, Brad. The job that Louisville has done to kind of flip the script and not lose what they're about. You know, so many of those longtime veterans are starting to age out. You still see, even though Brian Ownby's been out due to injury the entire year, Niall McCabe still has a bit part here with this team. But a lot of those names we've seen for years and years have now moved on. But the song remains the same for Louisville. And Stanley elects to knock that to the BYB. So a corner kick is coming. Our corners are brought to us by Wilson Kehoe Winningham. Located where, Brad?
The corner of 2 different streets.
Yes, 29th and Meridian. You got the corner part right, though.
I listen to your broadcasts.
Thank you. You're a part of them, actually. Davila will send this in. Davila was with RGV a season ago. Spent some time with LA Galaxy 2 as well. Davila 7 goals and 6 assists. Played the first 78 minutes of the match against Miami FC on Wednesday night.
Talking about his 7 goals, the balance that they have.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many guys that are, 7, 9, 17 goals. You can't shut them all down.
Ball in. Goes right back to Davila, but Davila was in an offside position when the ball found him. We start coming here in minute number 43. Tonight's game sponsor, our friends at Dormicaba, for every place that matters. Salt told to back it up a little bit. Tosh showing significant ups for a player in his 30s. Handball by Gleedle. And now a yellow can be shown to Ray Serrano. There has been enough cards that our match may be moved to the Hallmark channel for half number 2.
That's what you get in a rivalry game. That's why you've got like 100 Cooper fans up in the top of the grandstands there.
USL Championship soccer followed by Coop Dreams coming up next on Hallmark. Ofemu looking for Martinez. Lost, couldn't pick it, but had enough help from his friends around him to track it down. Well, we're not on the Hallmark channel, but we are on the sister station of Wish TV. We're on My Indy TV. And following our broadcast at 10 o'clock, it is the Wish TV News. Thanks to our friends at Wish TV.
Good overlapping run.
I would say we're looking at least a couple minutes of stoppage time, given all of the whistles that have taken place in half number 1. You follow both the action and glance towards the 4th official. His signal is exactly how much time is left. Fostering at his speed is
it's unbelievable.
Musa. Great ball to find Blake. The back heel. Winder gets in the way. And now Gleedle is off to the races. 3 minutes of additional time. 3 minutes. We'll hear from Sean McCauley coming up as the halftime show starts. And his take on his team having been chasing this game now for the last 34 minutes and counting. Just a 1-goal deficit. Blake on the bicycle. And a whistle. It will be Lou City's ball. And again, Goodrum is the player that is down. And it appears it's going to be Lou City's ball at this spot. Blake was trying the bicycle kick to clear it. And apparently made contact with Goodrum at some point. And hence the violation. Got him on the follow through. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern. Plus, hear live match in the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Headed by Martinez. Martinez fouled in pursuit of the ball. I think if you're Indy, obviously you're not thinking about a moral victory or trying to keep this one close in the second half. But I think given the tenor of the match, you can feel pretty good about this being 1 goal at halftime.
You've had some chances. As you know, that was what was going through my mind on that last restart, is you just can't let it get to 2.
Blake. Well defended by Louisville. Quinn finds Stanley. Closing seconds of the opening half.
Good find.
Williams, the turn. Williams, the right foot.
Augie
Williams, number 75 of his career, tying Sebastian Guenzani as the 5th leading goal scorer in league history. And oh yes, it's time to cue the smoke in Indianapolis.
What a great find. Augie Williams, coming off of a hat trick, finds himself with an acre of space at the top of the box. They find his feet, a great touch to wrong foot the defender, turn, and a beautiful finish past Las.
Not to go biblical on you, but goals tend to beget goals. He had 3 last week against Miami. You wonder, does that carry over? The answer is yes. His 9th of the season for number 9. That turn put the reigning USL Defender of the Year on skates, and we're level in the 48th minute.
Yeah, tip of a hat to Malik Foster for waiting just long enough to get his defender moved a bit to find that pathway into Augie Williams' feet.
This game has taken a turn just before halftime. So Augie now his 9th goal of the season, tying Jack Blake for the lead in terms of championship play. Augie had 3 goals in Open Cup action in 3 successive matches, including Indy's win against Atlanta United out in Kennesaw back in early July. And that's it. Well, the conversation just changed with Sean McCauley, who is going to be joining us here in a matter of moments. You almost feel like you kind of have to keep an eyeball on the 2 teams as they are heading up the same tunnel to get ready for half number 2. So 1 goal for the Indy 11, 1 goal for Lou City. We'll get to Coach Sean McCauley coming up here in just a matter of moments.
Yeah, if you're Indy, that is the way to end that half. You know, as well as Lou City played, you know, you put yourself in a position here that you negate all of that.
So Sean McCauley needs to go talk to his team. He'll talk to us right now. Coach, obviously things just changed in the last 60 seconds. Overall, how you feeling about things going to the break?
You know, I thought we had a great start to the game, like first 5-10 minutes, and then obviously conceded and allowed them to get chances at the goal. Really sloppy defending on our part. We didn't get out to the ball quick enough and allowed a cross to come in. But I'm really pleased with the effort and the desire to get back into the game against a really good team. And I think, you know, the 1-1 scoreline's not too far apart from where I think the game is. Obviously, we need to now build on this and try and use that momentum to try and get a good start in the second half and maybe get the win. Anything you really kind of crack down and say, hey, this has to change in half number 2? Or is it simply more of the same for your team in half number 2? You know what? It's a really difficult one because we're asking Jack and Malik to try and come in and help the midfield players, you know, because they can control the midfield players with the amount of numbers and bodies they have in the midfield. And once they do that, then we lack a little bit of attacking outlet because they're doing such a good job defensively. So it's getting that balance between, you know, helping out defensively against their 2 central midfield players and finding little pockets and spaces where they can get the ball and try and create attacks. Thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you after the match. Thank you. Head coach Sean McCauley of the Indy 11, as always, so gracious with his time before halftime begins. First goal belongs to Amadou Dia. Second goal belongs to Augie Williams. Right now, it's level in Indianapolis. LIP, AFC, back with more after THIS.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what.
With unprecedented momentum, Indiana for the winners.
Augie Williams, as we are back at halftime a week ago, Augie 3 goals in 13 minutes, becoming the 4th different player in Indy 11 history to score a hat trick. He joins the group of Blake Smith, Eamon Zayed, Manuel Arteaga, and he also becomes the USL Championship Player of the Week.
And hard to believe in the post-game show that he talked about this being his first hat trick.
Again, he now has 74 goals heading into the week. Let's also note the fact that Taylor Davila of Lou City is on this list as well. And the keeper you see in Hugo Farou for Loudoun United, we'll see him on Tuesday, the last midweek match for the Indy 11. He also had a goalkeeper assist. And Brad, I think I know the way you feel. Goalkeeper goals would be number 1. Assist would be number 2 on that level.
Yep, it is something special when you can play a role in the attack.
Well, again, Loudoun is trying to do what Vegas is looking to do out west, and we'll tell you more about that in a matter of moments. And yes, there were 2 guys in keeper gear in the box. Can you tell it was late in the match? And frankly, Loudoun's been pulling results like this all season long.
What a clever little ball, just to flick it across the box to give a teammate a chance.
And again, Indy is trying to thwart the playoff hopes of Loudoun. That'll be the focus 72 hours from now. And we've talked about this throughout the course of the first half. With a win tonight, Lou City would clinch the Players' Shield for the first time and give them home field advantage throughout the playoffs at Lynn Family Stadium. And what Loudoun is in the East, Las Vegas has been in the West. They can be a playoff team for the first time in their 6-year history if they get a victory tonight against Orange County.
What an absolutely crazy finish to that, scoring twice in 90-plus minutes.
And since we are now to the final month of the season, I can do the cheesy broadcaster thing. If the playoffs started today, here's what the bracket would look like, and it's brought to us by Terminix. The playoffs kick off in November. The top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to USLChampionship.com for the latest playoff information. Look at that Rowdies Indy 11 matchup as of now in the 4-5. But frankly, the East is so stacked, there's no easy matchup regardless of whom you might see.
Yeah, if it stays like this, it's back-to-back games against Tampa Bay.
More at halftime when we come back to Carroll Stadium. It's LIP AFC on My Indy TV.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Recentra bien el balón dentro del área. ¡Hombre, es el segundo! La combinación es buena. Se canta el 1-1. ¡De lo canto! ¡No te puedo creer! Increíble, Felipe. Y señoras y señores, la USL Championship.
Mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous
this instead.
I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but sometimes I get a little stressed because I'm not for sure what's going to happen down the road. I was at the cancer unit, and when I come out from seeing the doctor, I said something about needing some help with all the paperwork. They gave me a name and a phone number. Her name is Molly. She works over at Community. She tells me, stop worrying, let me take care of it. She is my angel.
Stand by me.
Back inside at Carroll Stadium, 1-1 with Augie Williams getting the goal just before halftime to put this match on level footing. Well, you've heard us reference this already. One important Eastern Conference match today. Number 2 played host to number 3, and number 3 was down a man and still scored late to equalize. 2 goals apiece. Nick Marcanic got his 28th goal of the season in that contest. And again, Charleston really knows they're going to be the number 2 seed. So you can understand it, maybe a little motivational question there. Detroit City hasn't clinched yet. They've got an opportunity to do so shortly. So there's that result. Hartford and Loudoun both fighting for a playoff spot, tied at 0. The bottom 2 teams in the league, Miami and Pittsburgh, playing each other. Again, Pittsburgh really has to win out to be a playoff team.
It's a must, 3 points for them
at this juncture. And Rhode Island just got a gift goal. I just saw it via the USL Championship Twitter feed. Zach Caraveau scored. Rhode Island leads Tampa 1-0. Those other matches you see, those are out in the Western Conference. This is the unique week. Nothing but intra-conference matchups that take place this week. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for complete USL TV listings. Again, on that screen, you'll see the next 2 matches for the Indy 11. Those are the last 2 matches of the season that we will not broadcast on My Indy TV 23. You got to go to ESPN Plus for Tuesday night's match against Loudoun and for Saturday afternoon's match in Hamtramck against Detroit City. And Indy 11 fans, this reminder, bid now for your chance to win an autographed Indy 11 warm-up jersey from Marvel Superhero Night. The Superman-inspired jerseys were worn during warm-ups during tonight's match, and they'll be signed by the player prior to pickup. Scan the code on your screen now to place your bid. 1-1 the score. Second half action not far away on My Indy TV and CBS Sports Galazzo.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they're not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
When your cat's a mean, then your dog is too.
And it's hard to know what's fake or true.
Just raise a glass with a friend or two.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
When the online trends keep getting worse,
and you lost your keys in the metaverse.
Now your right swipe just went left on you.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
At Security Federal, our flexible banking solutions mean your financial future has never been brighter. Our business options will keep you one step ahead of the competition, and the communities we serve can depend on us to be there when it counts. At Security Federal Savings Bank, flexibility means everything because it's all about you. Now offering free business and personal checking. Call or visit us online today.
Tonight's match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. And by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Second half action is just seconds away. First, a look back at half number one as these highlights fly by. Brad, your thoughts as to what the early stages of half number two is going to happen?
It was crazy. It was back and forth. I thought that first 10 minutes or so, Indy 11 was playing really well and looking at as though this was going to unfold for them. And then Lou City just kicked into a different gear. And then I thought for the last 15 minutes, it started tilting back towards Indy.
Again, Augie Williams with the equalizing goal for the Indy 11. His turn before that was absolutely exquisite. And here is the goal that leveled the match in stoppage time at the end of half number one.
Galito was a little bit far off the ball, gave enough of an angle for Malik Foster to find Augie Williams' feet.
Already a substitution. Speaking of Sam Gleedle, he will come out. Jensen Wilson will come in to replace him. And Jansen has been an absolute find this year. Straight out of college soccer, and he has been a big-time goal scorer for Lou City.
Think about that. He got 9 goals on the season. So you've got, for Lou City tonight, you started this game with as many goals on the bench as most teams have scored all season.
It is an embarrassment of riches, is it not? Hunter Salt will have the restart coming here. Both these teams certainly thinking 3 points. We can have the debate and discussion as the match goes on who a single point might be better for tonight. There have not been that many drawn against Lou City so far this year.
And you can't take your foot off the gas at any point with them. And when you look statistically as to when they score and you break the game up into 15 minutes, it's the last 15 minutes of each half is when they score most of their goals.
Special thanks again to Dora Macaba, tonight's match sponsor. Dora Macaba, for every place that matters. Now with a cross, and what a wasted effort from Lou City. It's certainly possible that these two teams see each other again in the month of November. It happened in both 2018 and 2019. Of course, the 2019 Eastern Conference Finals held here, won by Louisville in added time. Indy's first playoff match of the championship took place at Slugger Field in the days before Lynn Family Stadium. Lou City won that one handily 4-1. Brad mentioned the scenario where Indy could be playing Tampa Bay in back-to-back weeks. His cross by Augie Williams does not find a teammate. That's what happened between Indy and Louisville that season in 2018. Lou City played the last game of the regular season, turned around and played the last game of the postseason, and didn't win either. This rivalry began as back-to-back meetings in the Open Cup in 2015 and 2016. The first league meeting between these two teams was the Derby on Derby Day, May 4th, 2018. A Paco Craig handball led to an Ioze kick from the spot. Gave Indy a 1-0 victory at Lucas Oil Stadium.
You mentioned the rivalry, and one of the things in rivalry matches, and that's why the Coopers have traveled so well here today, is that they would love nothing better than to capture the Players' Shield on this field tonight.
Davila at the edge of the 18. Couldn't blast it through Neidlinger.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Foster with his speed finds Martinez, but Ordonez is there, and I think there's now at least enough space where you can finish your thought.
Yeah,
right?
so you look at it too. Indy would like nothing better than to deny Lou City the chance to get the Player Shield here. You know, had a chance to listen to the Coach's Show podcast, and Coach McCauley's unique in the fact that he played at a high level. And so he understands it from that perspective. He's coached at a high level, so he understands it from that perspective. And from his roots and where he grew up, he understands what it's like for a supporter. And he said he owes it. They owe it to the supporters to not have that happen on the field tonight.
And the barrel makes its appearance on the broadcast as well. Loss able to get back to this one. Your Central Indiana Ford dealers are a proud sponsor of Indy 11 Soccer. Visit your local Ford dealer today for great deals on your favorite Ford vehicle. Bending ball in, and Salt never flinched. I'm not sure if he saw the diving effort in front of him or not.
Sneaky Philip Goodrum has that Ayman Zayed kind of quality where he just instinctively knows where to pop up at the right time.
Poacher. Ordonez. Blake. Optimistic on that chip. These teams saw each other 4 times in 2018. So again in the COVID-shortened seasons, an affected season of 2020 and 2021.
Great ball.
Dia, the goal scorer. Ball pinballs around. And Lou City is getting some unobstructed traffic in and around the 6. Foster trying to fly around Adams. Those guys know each other very well from their days in the Western Conference. Adams was with San Diego for many years. Malik spending time with both Sacramento and Colorado Springs. Tonight's match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Exceptional care simply delivered. Ofemu plays it sideways. Neither can get there. How would you assess how the teenager has played tonight?
I think he's done well. You know, you take a look at the pace of the game. It's not more than he can handle. The problems he's got to solve, he's solving.
The original plan was he was going to be on campus by this time. He has played so well with the Indy 11 this season that plan has been scrapped. Taking his time on the throw-in.
Good ball.
We're down to the 18. Wilson has a hit that doesn't get through. Well, we have talked about this has felt like a playoff match. Well, it's almost like a hockey playoff. There has been blocked shot after blocked shot. And frankly, there's far more pressure in this match on the Indy 11. Lou City can wrap up the 1 seed tonight, and really all but has wrapped it up at this point. Dia headed back on target. Stanley tried to get back to it, but it will be a corner kick, which is brought to us by Wilson, Kehoe, and Winningham.
So you talk about Neidlinger and how he's developed. You take a look at that play right there. Serrano has the ball, and he's attacking the 18. And Neidlinger and Ofemu are both trying to jam up that space, but Neidlinger also recognizes that you got Dia out on the side, and so he's cheating a little bit to that side. He reads it perfectly so that when the ball is played there, he can close down Dia.
Extra body goes to the box here for Lou City. All defenders inside, looking back post, and speaking of Neidlinger, he's there not once, but twice. Williams hustling over. Cannot track it down. Looking for the best deal in town? Check out the all-new Pabst Blue Ribbon deck the next time you're at Carroll Stadium. And enjoy $3 PBRs all game long. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com or the Indy 11 box office day of game. Pabst Blue Ribbon, because you deserve a blue ribbon. Lou City averaging well over 2 goals a game. In other words, I'm not sure one gets you a point if you're the Indy 11. Loss in retreat mode. Foster using that speed, and Wilson played that like a 10-year pro, not a first-year player.
No kidding.
Got a shoulder into Foster and slowed him down.
You cannot let him get out into the open field.
Winder, what a play. Samaro again, shoulder to shoulder, nothing wrong there. Frankly, outstanding play is being matched by outstanding play, going in both directions. Samaro playing in the States for the first time. Spent the last year and a half playing in the Canadian Premier League. Born in Guinea in Africa, but really grew up in the Netherlands and spent 7 years playing professionally there.
Good movement. Yeah, a little late in getting that ball to Foster. It allowed Serrano to come back and help Winder on the double team.
You could hear Sean scream, get it to Malik. What was he seeing there?
Well, you've got Malik in a lot of space with just one defender on him. If you can get it to him early, he's able to turn and separate from the defender. If you take too long, you get the help defender coming in, and that jams the space up.
Musa, good find to Neidlinger. His cross goes all the way through and doesn't hit a soul. Foster comes up a little bit gimpy at the end of that play. And again, you really can't afford to think about conserving minutes tonight with this game, but you have to acknowledge the two really good teams you play in the next 7 days. And you're going to be down. You know you're down at least Romario Williams at some point because of international duty. Winder goes all the way through, and Salt will amble over and track that down. Again, you're unsure when you get Hayden White back from an injury standpoint. You know you get Adrian Dees Pay back on Tuesday.
Rested.
Well, you get Collier. He'll make his appearance in the next few moments in this match. And I think you'll see Sebastian Guenzati at some point. If not Tuesday, then Saturday in Hamtramck. He has missed his first matches due to injury over the last 3 weeks since joining the Indy 11. Tonight's match brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthebold.com.
It's a great ball. Jack Blake goes wide to the touchline. He pulls McFadden out there. That opens up that pass underneath.
Stanley Martinez finds Blake. Blake looks for a window. Blake didn't get much on it. Stanley carves out some space. Blake has a hit and loss. Flies through the air, but didn't put a finger on that one. But again, much like the first 10 minutes of the opening half, Indy has largely controlled the direction of the match, even if they really haven't threatened on goal just yet.
I know we're only 55 minutes into this, but you look at Lou City, and they look absolutely dynamic in the attacking third. It's the first time since we've been doing games with them, I feel like they're just average in the middle and in the back at this point.
Tonight's match brought to us by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future. Frankly, they have been so good offensively that it hasn't mattered. But the playoffs, that can come back to bite you. Here's Dia. Dia looking to have a hit, and Salt get up in the air on that one. And Amadou got his first tally of the season earlier tonight.
I'm not a fan of that shot. What are you, 25 yards out, so you got to hit a perfect ball to get it. You got Serrano off your shoulder.
No building from the back here. Salt playing in this rivalry for the first time.
Which I think is great. I think, you know, as strong as they are and as clever as they are up in the attack, you just got to play this game in the middle third and back third.
Sumaro. I think he thought that a whistle was coming. Put his arms up there, had no reason to. That was deemed to be a legal challenge. I think that deflected off of Winder, yes. From Neidlinger to Winder. Throw in coming for the Indy 11. Collier has the full kit on. Has gone back to where the subs are loosening. So he'll be the first player in for the Indy 11, but has not made his way to the fourth official just yet.
Augie Williams is so good at holding a defender off the ball.
His 9th goal of the season, his 75th in USL Championship play. Tonight his 220th appearance. Playing for LA Galaxy 2 and Charleston Battery before coming here this offseason. Quinn.
Oh my goodness.
Skied. Williams trying to carve out space, couldn't get there first. Serrano.
That was an impossible ball for Aiden Quinn to deliver.
Foster. Nothing is impossible for Aiden Quinn, by the way. Look for his docu-series about his return from ACL surgery. And it's coming soon. Produced by Ian Gilmore in the Indy 11.
It's fantastic. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the full part of it, but whether you're going through an injury or whether you just got adversity in your life, it is a great watch.
I have seen the trailer. I have not seen the fully finished product yet. Quinn. Neidlinger to his right, hits him in stride. Neidlinger, bending ball that Blake couldn't get to.
Just need a bit more balance. You need somebody on that backside to clean up that overhit ball.
Musa could not get to it. There's one player in Serrano joining him. Trying to hold things up to find some space. Left-footed shot that Salt parries away. And that ball stayed in play. It's Salt's best effort of the night. Good one touch by Phil Presser, by the way, on the Indy 11 bench. Tonight's match brought to us by 450 North Brewing. Innovation and creativity through libations.
Oh, nice ball.
Goodrum couldn't get the touch around Afemu. Wilson Harris, one of a couple of Lou City players about to make their way to the fourth official. Headed back to Salt. Adrian Perez is going to be the other. He got the starting nod on Wednesday. Harris, 17 goals this season and 66 in his USL Championship career. And as the USL Championship website pointed out, Wilson, as much as any player in the league, has had a habit of putting it to the Indy 11. Whether it's his days in Lou City, had a hat trick back on April the 6th. Had some key goals for Sporting Kansas City, too, against the Indy 11 in his time there.
Great spacing from Lou City.
Winder, Dia. And it is, as of now, going to be a, well, guys just getting their shirts on just in case. Sharpie, Maris, Harris, all, or Morris, excuse me, all got their shirts on, but then put the pennies back on. It'll be Wilson, Harris, Perez that are still waiting for the fourth official. First, we've got this corner kick brought to us by Wilson Kehoe-Winningham. Bending ball in near post. Salt's punch ricochets off a Lou City player, but did not go to a dangerous position for the visitors. Davila. Headed down, but again, Stanley does his job, gets in the way.
Davila sprays that ball all over the park so well.
eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Salt hit that one halfway across Marion County. He may be able to offer that service as a way to beat rush hour traffic.
Good find.
Blake. Blake was the target inside of the 18, but didn't get to it. Some of the volunteer officials thought handball. Martinez trying to throw off the run, then digs in. It'll be a Lou City throw in, and here come the subs for Lou City. Adrian Perez, 2 goals and 6 assists on the season. Wilson Harris, 17 goals. In any other year, he is the star attraction of the league. He's only 11 behind Nick Markanek after today's action. Those are the 2 players that will be coming on here for Lou City. So they have made 3 of their 5 substitutions. Goodrum will come out as Wilson Harris replaces him. Harris, other player that is exiting, is doing so around the back, so to speak. Well, I thought it was Goodrum. My apologies. It's Serrano that's coming out. Maybe it's Goodrum who is the other player that is exiting. I think that is the case, yep. So Serrano and Goodrum are the two players that exit. Usually most teams are relieved when you take Goodrum out of the game. Not so much here.
You look at this too, and the question had to arrive during the conversations and bringing him in is, you know, you've got two of the most iconic strikers in the league. Do you play them at the same time, or do you alternate them for each other? And credit to Danny Cruz and Lou City to say, we like how we're playing. We've got the ability now to relieve some of this pressure, this scoring pressure on Wilson Harris. We'll rotate him.
Not a lot of places you could do that at. Lou City is one of them. Might be one of one. Williams trying to hold it up. Great tackle to get it back by Augie. Clearly he has been inspired by his hat trick from a week ago. Show your Indy 11 pride. Get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Loss allowing his players to get up the field. Tonight's match brought to us by your Central Indiana Ford dealers, proud sponsor of Indy 11 soccer. Williams, great effort, but out of real estate.
Yeah, I think it was the right idea. You know, the line is a little bit high. You got Augie Williams against one defender in it, but that ball's got to be driven.
Jansen Wilson, he had 10 goals in college. He has 9 in his first year.
Absolutely incredible.
And again, that has become more difficult to do at this level, where players make, you know, that jump from college to the pros.
Well, I think the thing too that really helps is, you know, not only do you have a veteran team, but you got a guy like Wilson Harris, you got a guy like Ray Serrano, is that you're coming, you know, when you're coming into those attacking moments, you're the third, maybe fourth option. So, you know, defenders aren't quite keen on you the way they are with Harris.
And the ball's going to find you, too. Bending ball here that Dia just couldn't get going in the right direction. That has been an element that is, again, a bit of a concern for the Indy 11. You're getting some free runners in and around the 6. But again, that's also an acknowledgement of some of the pieces that are missing for the Indy 11. No Adrian Dees-Pay, no Callum Chapman-Page, no Hayden White. Those are 3 likely defensive starters. Such is life when you get to match number 30 of the season. Chapman-Page we have not seen since the Open Cup semifinal against Sporting Kansas City. Musa has kind of been an insurance policy that has been cashed in tonight for the Indy 11.
Oh, what a run from Wilson Harris.
Well, Famu, though, those guys have battled each other for the last 6 years.
He checks to the left, pulls a Famu in there to give him this channel, and Davila hits it with the outside of his foot, just doesn't drive it in front of Wilson Harris.
Wilson was playing for Sporting Kansas City, too. Ben would have been playing for the Bethlehem Steel in Miami. Here's Blake finding some space, looking for Augie Williams. One touch, finds the back of the net. It's a brace for Augie Williams after a hat trick the week before, and the Indy 11 have taken a 1-goal lead against the best side in the USL.
What a ball. What a ball.
Reminiscent of the Open Cup goal from Martinez to Williams. This time it's Blake on the service. And a rarity this year, Lou City is chasing the game.
Well, you look, it wasn't just the ball from Blake to Augie Williams, which was perfectly bent in behind the back line, out of the reach of the keeper, but it was the ball over the top to Jack Blake. What a touch.
One time. Goal number 10 of the season for Augie Williams. He joins the double-digit goal scorers club, of which he has been in more years than not. He now surpasses Sebastian Guenzati for sole possession of 5th in league history in terms of goal score.
And he's gotten those 5 goals in about 90 minutes. It's incredible. You can understand 3 against Miami, but 2 here against Lou City?
It's a great point.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else I was going to say would be disparaging. I'm going to stop at this point right there. Great point. So 2-1.
Good turn.
Ball finds Davila. And you almost have to expect that Lou City's got at least one more in him.
Yep.
Winder doesn't get it through. In other words, if you're Indy, you can't sit on 2. You probably got to think you need at least 3 at least. And Neidlinger runs out of real estate. We're going to play her down, and it's Augie Williams. And again, there's going to be some squad rotation on Tuesday. There has to be in the span of 72 hours. I hope this is nothing of a long-term variety for Augie. And again, the issue you run into, and you're not sure, my guess is you do not have Romario on Tuesday under national duty. You clearly don't have him next Saturday. Means you're asking more from Elliot Collier, who, by the way, the 2 times he has started, he has scored for the Indy 11 this year. And again, you're keeping your fingers crossed that you get Sebastian Guenzati back, if not on Tuesday, then on Saturday against Detroit City.
Yeah, and you needed Augie Williams to heat up in this final stretch of the regular season and carry that momentum into the playoff, and he's done just that.
Well, Augie slowly trotting off to the sidelines. Tonight's match brought to us by the Morales Group. Staffing agencies find jobs, we build futures. I want to thank Seth Morales for stopping by the booth last week. Hope you enjoyed our walk down memory lane.
I always do.
He and I have known each other for just a slight length of our lives.
So we've talked about how Lou City closes out halves. The final 15 minutes of matches, they've scored 18 goals, which is the most of any 15-minute block throughout the game. So here you're about to head into the area where they are their most prolific scoring.
Championship medal, right?
Yep.
Wilson, Kehoe, Whittingham, corner kick. As Williams makes it 11v11. It's Jansen Wilson that heads over. He is from E-Town, just south of Louisville. Played at Kentucky, then played at Belmont. Bending ball near post. Again, does not get through Foster. Pivots, blasts, and sends it towards the 4th official. Wilson hustles all the way from the corner flag back to the midfield stripe to track it down. Harris could not settle. Now the break could be on for the Indy 11. Foster, Route 1 ball, holding up. What a turn by Foster. Tries to play it across. Great sliding tackle by Lou City. Not done yet. Headed up. In the 18, Martinez goes down. Will not get that. Let's hope he is okay. And now Harris plays it off of Benefame, who let's now go back to check on Douglas Martinez.
What a ball into Malik Foster in transition, and what an incredible turn.
Now Foster has been at his best tonight.
Yeah, and I think in that scenario, I think he was too unselfish. I would have liked to have him take one more touch just to see if Augie Williams was on back post. Look at that. That's marvelous.
Foster coming up a bit gimpy behind the play as well. Elliot Collier has seen enough. He'll be waved on, and looks like Romario Williams could be in the exact same boat. Cam Lindley, Josh O'Brien, Yannick Odell, Lawrence Wood, and Ben Mines are the other available substitutions for head coach Sean McCauley of the Indy 11. But it is Williams and Collier will be brought on, and I would assume at least one for Malik Foster. The other potentially for Douglas Martinez. There was a thought that Martinez would likely be out for this coming weekend.
Right.
Thought that Honduras may claim him again for international duty, but the answer is no. Just that man, just Romario Williams, who will be absent next weekend. Tonight's match brought to us by Hyatt Place and Hyatt House. Downtown Indianapolis, experience comfort in downtown Indy. Hyatt Place and Hyatt House downtown.
This is a perfect game for Elliot Collier. You've got a back line of Lou City that is struggling. I mean, they've given up 40 goals so far this year, and he is a wild card. You got a three-back system that's not playing great, and you got Elliot Collier, who's on fire at the moment.
I'm not sure anybody has a weapon like Philip Goodrum coming off the bench. Indy is close, where you can bring guys like Collier and Romario Williams.
Yep.
You know, Romario has only scored 60 goals in this league, and he has been a starter for the most part since he was acquired back in late June. Did not score his first Indy 11 goal until getting a 1-1 draw against Pittsburgh back on August the 31st. Indy thought that should have been offside against Harris. They didn't get that whistle, but it will be a throw-in coming for the Indy 11, and Neidlinger heads over to take it. Tonight's game is brought to us by Jack Daniel's Country Cocktails. A flavorful toast to togetherness. Collier, who has become the super sub for the Indy 11. His goals this year off the bench. He is almost getting to Don Smart, Matt Watson status.
They're going way back.
Of a difference maker, back to day number one. Don was that player for the better part of his first years with the Indy 11. Back when current Lou City reserve Dylan Maris was his teammate. Of course, Matt Watson was here for the Martin Rennie seasons. Offside flag goes up against Augie Williams.
What's incredible about Don Smart is, he played 100 matches for Indy 11, but then went on and had a long career after his time here. And I think he was from an open tryout in year one.
Correct.
You can't sit too deep. You still got to be able to get pressure to the ball.
Davila. Shot does not get through again. That's been the name of the game for the Indy 11. Blocked shots tonight. And the brace by Augie Williams.
Great turn by Perez.
Which is way around Stanley. Bending ball in. It's Elliot Collier that got there first. Hit from distance. Doesn't get through. Second volley. Headed for the J.W. Marriott. That's out of play, by the way, folks, just in case you were wondering. This portion of this match is brought to us by Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. To put this in Lou City terms, that shot was heading for I-71 if you were watching the match from Lynn Family Stadium. Towards Old Spaghetti Junction, as they called it back in the day in downtown Louisville. I did grow up there, Brad. I've been here for 30 years, but that is still home for me.
It doesn't matter.
For most of the first 18 years of my life.
You're absolutely ridiculous in the things that bounce around in your head.
You can just stop with ridiculous and full stop right there. Well, Dylan Maris is going to get a chance against his former club. And Jake Morris heading towards the fourth official. They'd be subs 4 and 5 to get those options for Danny Cruz. Dillon still in the top 10 in terms of matches played in the history of the club. Spent parts of 4 seasons with the Indy 11. I'm not sure what's harder to believe, if one of those was 10 years ago and the fact that he last played for the team 6 years ago.
On both. Oh, my goodness, what a ball.
Opportunity goes by the wayside, and how about that hit? Williams just was trying to time the run and didn't realize where the ball was coming in. Lawrence Wotton, by the way, is also going to make his way towards the 4th official.
And as Lou City presses more numbers high.
Here's an opportunity here. Save once, save twice. How did that stay out? Corner kick coming for Lou City, brought to us by Wilson Kehoe-Winningham.
Wow. Lou City finds the right guy in the right spot. Hunter Solt says, not today.
It's frankly been a half where Solt really had to do all that much. Came up in a big way on that one. Before the corner is sent in. Frankly, this second half has not had the physicality of half number 1. It's probably a good thing for everybody involved.
And I think you're going to take a look at moments with Augie Williams in 1v1 against their center back a lot more as Lou City has to press players forward to try and snag the equalizer.
And that'll be a foul against Lou City. So here come the substitutions. Aiden McFadden is done for the night. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Let's take a look at what Hunter Solt just accomplished. Save 1, save 2. All Hunter Solt on Wilson Harris.
It's incredible. It's not like you're going against a first-year player. This guy's got 66 goals. He knows how to finish.
All right, let's take care of the substitutions here. Maris is in for Amadou Diop. McFadden is out. He is replaced by Morris. Then Lawrence Wotton is in as he replaces Jack Blake. So Wotton played last year at Ohio State on loan from the Chicago Fire. He's going to be asked to kind of close this match out and be the fresh set of legs to chase the game in the final 10+ minutes. A little miscommunication on coverage that now Indy seemingly is getting settled. Neidlinger.
Great ball.
Bending ball. Ofemu got there. Tosh. Not the best of touches, but shouldn't be penalized too much on that. Ball sent in. Again, Indy got ahead there first. Steered back in, then skied by Indy. Elliot Collier a whiff. Davila. Slides it left side. That hit off of Sumaro will lead to a corner. Brought to us by Wilson Kehoe-Winningham. Jake Morris, first year with Louisville. Spent part of last year with Loud United. His older brother is Aiden Morris, formerly of the Columbus Crew and now with Middlesbrough. Morris, one of those new faces in Louisville that has blended right in. Near post, goes all the way through and somehow kept out. Tosh redirects. The bicycle is skied to the hospitality tent. That was Maris that sent that ball in.
Yeah, so Indy's got to get that third in transition or maintain a little bit more possession of that ball, because 7.5 minutes plus is a long time to play in your back third.
Speaking of a long time, he references the Dylan Maris. I believe this is the first time he has played here in this building against Indy. Getting back to his Miami days in the NASL. Player down for Lou City, 2 of them. We play on. Collier will hold things up. Adams, one of those players that's down. Morris is the other. Nifty footwork by Romario Williams. But it allowed Lou City to get back at full strength, but now Morris is hobbled, and again, Louisville has burned up all of their substitutions
He's calling
at this
for
point.
one, too.
Trainer can certainly come out and check on him. I don't think there's going to be much of a choice. They're going to have to. Yep. By the way, Adams just picked up a yellow card for Lou City.
He's calling for a sub.
And they'll have to play a man down if that's the case.
I don't think he realizes that they don't have one left.
So some time is coming off the clock, and that doesn't bother the Indy 11 one bit. Flying in is Wotton. Wow. Just couldn't square it up.
There was a chance, too, as that ball came through. There was a chance. Augie Williams is on the back post inside the 6. There was a chance for back-to-back hat tricks.
This matchup brought to us by the Keystone Group, specializing in transformational developments, construction, management, and investment. Morris is trying to soldier on as best he can, but at some point you also have to realize, hey, don't hurt yourself for the postseason because you know you're in it. Obviously, they've clinched that for a long time. And again, even if it's potentially not tonight, Lou City will be the 1 seed. Again, they want to get that done tonight if possible. Right now, they're trying to get back to this match being on level terms. Quinn digs in, but couldn't fully track it down. Slides through inside of the 18. A lot of traffic. Ofemu got there. The left foot. Again, Indy got a leg to it. This will be a throw-in coming for Lou City. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TuneIn, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the championship final, available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for complete USL TV listings. Wilson. And now Williams has got one man in front of him. It's Ordonez. Romario Williams flying down the flank. Augie Williams stood up. Gets it back. Now Neidlinger has space. Neidlinger gets the cross away. Corner coming for the Indy 11. Brought to us by Wilson Kehoe Winningham. You really got to credit Morris, man. He is out there doing everything he can. Clearly playing at a reduced pace, but doing his absolute best.
Yeah, they can't afford to play down a man at this point, and they can't afford to just have him stand in an area and be a target player. He's got to be involved.
They're looking for their 6th win against their rivals to the south. Went from May of 2018 to May of 2021. Not getting a W against Lou City. Took possession of the barrel after 2021. A pair of wins and a draw that season. Win from the corner. Back post loss, sprays it. Stanley holds things up, but now again, opportunity, great sliding tackle. This to slow the attack for Louisville.
Yeah, Wilson Harris was off on an island. Quinn sees him and makes a good recovery run.
Morris with the touch. Plays it across. Neidlinger gets in the way. Corner coming at the other end. Brought to us by Wilson Kehoe Winningham. We get to minute number 88. It's Maris that will send it in. Fitting that Dylan has played for both the Indy 11 and Lou City. He played at both Indiana University and the University of Louisville. Near post, again, Aiden Stanley got there first. Maris with 13 goals and 16 assists in his days here in Indianapolis. Another bending ball, headed down, and it will be a corner. It'll be a corner. Lou City asking for a handball. They're not going to get that. Louisville took both matchups last year. 1-0 and 2-0 fashion. Stanley, that's off his head. If that doesn't get played by Williams, that's another corner, which is why Williams hustles over. It will be a throw, not a corner, but a throw coming up for Louisville. He won the Barrel back in 2021 and 2022. The supporters group trophy that you saw on your screen earlier tonight. Collier, flags up, offside. Offside flag is up. Again, Lou City was asking for a handball, but the offside flag went up immediately. Ball ends up going back to Hunter Salt. And Stanley, who has not missed a minute due to injury all season. The only match he missed was when he was intentionally sat in the Vegas game to be ready for the Open Cup semi against Sporting Kansas City. And Aiden wearing some turf on many places right now. There you see the Barrel.
Shocked.
Early into the stewardship of the Lou Coopers. We have reached the 90th minute. It's
a great ball.
Harris, the left foot does not get through. The follow-up volley. Sprayed towards the IU natatorium. 5 minutes of added time left to go.
It is a long time.
As it stands now, Louisville on 68 points. They're 8 points clear of Charleston, even without a point tonight, with 3 matches left to play. And they'd like to wrap it up here at the site of their biggest rival. Indy has been under constant attack since taking that 2-1 lead. Davila. Tosh. The sliding run, the chip, and the missed connection by Lou City. We talked about the fact that Louisville's only been blanked twice this year in terms of clean sheets. There's not many 1-goal games on their resume either. They won their opener at El Paso 1-0. Beat Loudon 1-0 back in April. They have more of the 4, 5, and 6-goal scores in terms of matches. Just putting up a single solitary strike. Williams just couldn't get there.
It's incredible. I think they've got something like 10 games where they've scored 4 or more goals.
Most teams get that once a year if they're lucky.
Right.
Indy trying to delay the party for Lou City and get a massive 3 points. Knowing what's up next. Harris, the bending ball that Salt short hops.
Yeah, they found Harris almost in the same spot where Malik Foster found Augie Williams.
You can enjoy this tonight. You wake up tomorrow morning, all thoughts are about Loudon United for Indy with the very tough Tuesday turnaround. That'll be a foul against Shamario Williams. Sean Tosh drew that one wisely. Restart back to a particular position as wanted by our referee. Collier going to be called for a foul on Davila. Restart done as quickly as possible from the Louisville perspective. 3 of the 5 added minutes have been played. Well, if this result holds, no doubt it's the best one of the year for Indy 11. But a lot can happen in 120 seconds, as we well know in this rivalry. Morris. Maris. Left-footed cross goes all the way through. Stanley does just enough to lift that ahead of Jansen Wilson. Wilson again couldn't clear Aiden Stanley. Looking back post. Sumaro is there. The turn, the hit, the deflection, the goal.
You're kidding me.
Lou City has got it. We're tied at 2 in the 94th minute.
You're kidding me. He's on one leg tonight.
They find a way, don't they?
What heart.
You give Louisville enough chances, they find a way to get the job done. They've got aspirations of 3 points, but 1 point will more than likely get the job done. They'll put them 9 points clear of Charleston with 3 matches left to play.
Dylan Maris keeps it in, puts it back across.
Got time maybe for one more push forward if you're the Indy 11.
And I think it was Widener who just shielded his defender off that ball, let it run across into Morris's path.
Morris gets his 5th goal of the season.
What a gutty performance. He's calling for a sub minutes ago.
Sumaro, a player at that spot. And now we will look towards the official in terms of time. Neidlinger with a touch. That cross headed towards the front row. Can't be much left in this one at this point. Well, obviously the air taken out of the building here in Indianapolis. It's not a loss, but 2 points to just up and win away. Points against Louisville are tough to come by, no doubt. Williams, Romario Williams goes down, doesn't get the whistle. Elliott Collier, the give and go, the flick. Almost got it. Will be a corner. If you're Indy, wow, you want to get everybody forward here.
This is it.
You got to think that everything that's left in this one comes from this corner.
You started thinking when that ball was at Elliott Collier's feet at the top of the 18, he was going to throw a wild card on the table.
Corner brought to us by Wilson. Kehoe Winningham. Is there one more moment of magic left in this one? It's Quinn that will take it. Williams couldn't get to it. Whatton. Did he call for a foul? That probably does it. Yep, that's it. The points are halved, and Lou City at 69 points. They know they will not be caught. Congratulations to Lou City on the point. Indy 11 will take the point. Felt they had 3. It will be just 1. And on to Loudoun United they go on Tuesday as the playoff push continues for the Indy 11.
That's the 19th goal, the most they've scored in any 15-minute block in the game. It's to close out games. There's nobody better.
Belief, culture, those things are there for Lou City.
100%.
And you saw it on display tonight. Handshakes shared between the two teams. Getting a lot of veterans know each other well on these two squads. The brace for Augie Williams. Not enough for the Indy 11 tonight. Again, emotionally, you feel hard done by if you're the Indy 11 in terms of quality of the performance.
Right.
they can feel great about how they played tonight.
Yeah, there's draws that feel like wins, draws that feel like losses. Here's one that feels just a little bit uncomfortable because of how it unfolded here in the final few minutes. But when you pull this game apart and you look at it, very proud of the performance.
But now, again, you have to flush this one quickly. It's going to be the case whether you had won, lost, drew, whatever the case was going to be. But now all your attention has to go to Loudoun on Tuesday because, again, Loudoun fighting for a playoff spot for the first time in franchise history. Stay tuned. Post-game coverage comes to an next. We'll hear from head coach Sean McCauley and members of the Indy 11. Lou City pulls one back at the death. They take a point down I-65 with them, not to mention the barrel for 2024. Indy 11-2 and Lou City 2.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Every place has a purpose, and the people who inhabit those places have their own reasons for being there. The last thing on their minds should be concerns about the safety of the places they are in. When it comes to security and safety for all the places that matter, Dormakaba offers a seamless flow of integrated solutions that allow people to move securely about their daily lives. Because the places that matter to you matter to us.
For over a century, Indiana has been the destination for sports innovation and the state where champions are crowned.